now. I'm sure it's a little bit different, a little bit the same. So we already went through some of the principles. Nina, I'm going to interview you today.
Okay.
Is that okay? Okay. Good job, Nina. Yeah. All right. Fine for your job. Okay. So I bring Nina in. Hey, come on in. How's your day going? Good. 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 I'm Christoph. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Perfect. Where are you coming in from?
Like 20 minutes away.
20 minutes away? Yeah, like West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale. Where you at?
Well, West Palm.
West Palm Beach is a really nice area.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so the first one we're going to do, I'm going to pause back and forth. She's going to freeze. Cool. And then we're going to do one without pausing. Okay? So before she came in, one thing that I did was I looked through her resume. Okay? I'm looking for something specific that will show her that I read her resume, especially if my lobby's full. I don't want this to seem like, hey, I'm just burning through people as fast as I can. I never looked at anybody. Especially because on my on my preliminary phone call, I said, hey, good news, the manager looked at your resume, want to invite you back in. So I want to make sure that I looked through the resume. A couple things to look for. University, that's always an easy one to talk about. Where did they go to? Last job, and check out. Just the general industry that they've been in. And hobbies. Love hobbies. Cool. Bring up a hobby, definitely lets you know that they looked at your resume. Juice? Okay. Okay, cool. Well, listen, Nina. Today's really simple. We're just sitting down with 30 candidates for a preliminary interview. Okay. We're looking for the top 8 to 9 candidates to come back in tomorrow to do a secondary interview, which will be a lot more in depth, a lot longer. Okay. So today's the easy part, so nothing to stress about. All right. Okay. Listen, what I want to do first is just get to know you a little bit more. Looks like you've been in the film industry. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And it started out, if I remember correctly, you worked in a movie theater after university, and you're trying to get in filmography, but it's still kind of in the theater. Is that?
Yeah, right now.
That's right? Okay. Okay, great. And you're looking for full-time work or part-time work, Nina?
Full-time. Full-time
work. Okay. And if you were to find the right match, when's the absolute soonest you'd be looking to get started?
As soon as possible.
Like tomorrow?
Sure.
Awesome. We'd like to hear that. Okay, fantastic. Okay, cool. So from West Palm Beach, you went to university at the University of Maryland. Why'd you pick there?
I like Maryland.
Have you been there before? Or?
Yeah, I went there with summers.
That's cool. I've got a friend that lives up in DC. Really fun area.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome. Okay, and you study film there, yeah?
Yeah.
What made you want to study film?
I really like movies growing up. So
okay.
I wouldn't want to learn about it. Step Brothers.
Oh, it's really funny. Okay, so when I'm going through her background, I'm just trying to create a personal relationship a little bit, and I'm trying to find anything that we have in common. The same principle applies when you have a day of observation. You're not going to be like all formal, and you're not going to be all business. So I want a combination of the two. At the end of the day, too, I know that she's probably going on a lot of interviews right now. I know in Nashville there's 9 other competitors that I have, so there's a good chance that she's been on 5 of those interviews. And if they're all roughly the same or similar type opportunities, she's going to end up going with the person that she liked the best. Does that make sense? So I want to make sure that I'm a human being. I'm a person with her. So we'll talk about stuff, anything I can find in common, okay? I'm going to go through her last jobs. When I go through her last jobs, I'm trying to get her, I'm pretending everything's phenomenal, and I'm trying to get her to tell me what's wrong with it. Okay? Okay, cool. So I see you worked as a stage manager after university, at the University of Maryland.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're trying to make it in the arts?
Yeah.
That's exciting. I went to music school as well, so I understand. It's kind of hard living in the arts, huh?
Yeah, it's hard. You need to wait for people.
I know, it's incredible. Well, that's amazing, landing that job as a stage manager. So you're there 3 years. It looks like you moved up here. You did some training.
Yeah, I moved up a little bit.
Okay.
It took a while.
Started out as a stage hand, moved up to a stage manager. Okay. Why did you leave? I mean, you got a position in the arts. Really hard to get that. You started as a stage manager. That sounds like you did really well. You moved up, you progressed, you eventually became a manager. Why would you leave that?
There's really no more room to grow.
Okay, so you see how I'm talking super positive about that job, how she moved up. Sounds like she was really good at her job. Sounds like everything was great. She Why are you here? Why would you possibly want to leave that? As opposed to the reverse, which would be like, oh, I guess that job, doesn't have progression, or I guess it kind of, I don't want to talk down about what she did, I want to talk up about what she did. Then she's going to be the one that tells me what the negatives of that were. Okay. Okay. So you had progression initially there. You were stagehand, and
Yep.
then you moved up to stage manager.
Right.
But what? So you
I
just
just
could.
reached a cap, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't make any more money. Couldn't progress.
Yeah,
Both.
yeah, both of those. Yeah,
Okay, wow.
I had to wait for somebody to, retire to move up, and the paycheck wasn't. They weren't giving me the raise that I wanted to. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Occasionally, I'm going to stop, pause, look down, and scribble something, anything. Doesn't matter. Just to create an impulse. Okay. Got this tilted up. She can't see what I'm saying. What's he writing? Right. Okay. One thing I like to write here at the bottom of the sheet are any bullet points. So when she says something like that, couldn't move up, I'm going to write couldn't move up, couldn't get higher paycheck. Okay? These are things that are going to jog my notes so that tomorrow when I'm setting up Matt, the leader, with the observation, I can say, okay, Matt, here's the thing with her yesterday. The biggest thing was that she couldn't move up. Make sense? The other thing I'm going to do, I like to have a list on my desk, not in a real obvious place, but just a list of all the leaders in my office, so that as I'm talking to her, I can occasionally glance over and see, who is it that I'm starting to see that she has things in common with that might pair up with her. Or who studied film or art or whatever, something in common. Or who does it seem like has a similar personality. Or who could she look at and say, oh, well, if this person can do it, I can do it as well. Okay, so I've got that list there also. Okay. So I'm going to do this all with her last job, okay? Okay, all right, then finally, you moved up here to Nashville. Looks like you were wanting to get into the arts. You've been working down the Tennessee Performing Arts Center, again as a stage manager. Why? What's going on there? You moved to a much bigger venue.
Yeah.
It's a really, really famous place you're working. Why would you want to do that? Why are you here?
I want to be happy, so
Not happy there?
No, just the environment. I definitely want to be in an environment that will help me grow. They're kind of just like happy with me being where I'm at. Again,
Almost got too good for your job, huh?
Yeah.
Once you move in, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to tell you a little bit more about us, but if I could just summarize your situation really quickly, make sure I got this right. Okay. And then I'm always going to summarize where they're at. Again, I guess you could call this power suggestion, but it shows them that I'm looking, I'm paying attention to them, but I also want them to frame their current situation in the way that I want them to frame it. Does that make sense? So okay, Nina. So if I can summarize, you love the arts, you love being creative. Specifically, you love something where you can progress and really always feel like you're growing. Okay. Yeah. You've had a few jobs in that industry, but you were never able to move up.
Right.
And the main thing that you're looking for now is an industry where you can remain creative, but more importantly, something where you can move up. Is that more or less right?
Yeah, that's it.
Does this make sense? So even though maybe she came in looking for an artist position, now the primary thing that I've talked to her about is the primary thing that I've said, hey, this is what you're looking for, is the ability to grow. Does that make sense? Okay. Again, if there's any hobbies that she listed, okay, I'm going to talk about those. Okay, well, let me tell you a little bit about us. Oh, you're a dancer, if I remember right. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ballet?
Yeah.
Russian school or French school?
French.
French. Okay. It's really, really rare to meet French. I dated a couple girls that did ballet in Russian school. How long have you been in that?
I did it when I was younger.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who was your favorite?
Who's my favorite?
To perform? Tchaikovsky? Swan Lake?
Yeah.
I thought so. All right. All right, now I'm going to go to our presentation, okay? So we're going to talk about what we do, what our company is, okay? But at this point already, there's probably enough relationship that just that she's excited about. Does it make sense? Okay. All right, well, Nina, let me tell you a little bit about us. As I said, my name's Christoph. I got started in the industry in 2007 with a broker out of Chicago, and my business partner, a guy named Justin Coffey's based out of New York City, okay? In the early days, we just did promotions. So we worked for hotels, restaurants, golf courses, sports teams. You got anybody from Subway to the Nashville Predators. All right. In 2008, we decided to expand to Europe and take that business model and apply it in Europe. Okay. So we took kind of a leap of faith. We got on a plane, moved to London, opened up an office. Immediately, we signed some pretty big contracts, one with the British Red Cross, so we started in the charity industry, another with a couple of energy companies, another with Vodafone. You've probably not heard of them unless you've been to Europe before. They're like Verizon plus Comcast. I mean, they're really, really big telecoms. So they were new industries for us, but what happened, we really, weren't even prepared for it. Things went really, really well. In the first 29 months, we opened up 31 offices all across the UK, Scotland, Ireland, all of it. So that was pretty exciting. In 2010, our clients were really pressing us. Hey, you've done this up in the north. Can you come down and expand the business down into mainland Europe? So in 2010, my partner Justin, he moved to Madrid. I moved to Lisbon. We spent the next couple of years there building up those countries. And then in 2012, we did it again. I moved to Italy, first Milan and then Rome, and he opened up Poland. Okay, so we work with some of the biggest companies in the world over there. We're super, super excited about it. That's more or less been the last 8 years of our life. Okay, so it's been a lot of fun. It's been really, really amazing experience. We got to travel everywhere, and we built a beautiful, beautiful business there that we're really, really proud of. But it was never our intention or our goal to stay over there forever. What we were looking for is the right timing and the right client to present itself before we would move the business back over here and expand back into the United States. Okay, that happened early last year. We signed contracts with a company called Direct Energy, largest energy provider in the country, and also with Comcast Xfinity, which I'm sure you've heard of before. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. So my partner started that expansion. He moved back in March of last year, and myself just recently. So far, we've opened up offices in New York City, Philadelphia, Atlanta, West Palm Beach, Miami, and this is our newest location here in Nashville. Okay. Now we have some really, really huge goals. Part of the reason that we got these amazing contracts that we have right now is because of our ability to grow fast. Okay. We've proven that we can grow a very big business extremely quickly in Europe, and that's part of what our clients are expecting from us now. Okay. What we've agreed to at a minimum is that we will open a minimum of 50 offices in the next 24 months. Okay. So in my presentation, what I'm doing, really quick, some sort of company history, explain that we're international, that people love Europe here, so I want to talk about that. And so that kind of gives a story. But now I'm talking about the opportunity, but I'm going big to small. So my personal preference in an interview is not to say, hey, look, you can start here and then you can move up. My preference is to start big and say, hey, look, here's the client. The reason that we need, the reason we're doing so many interviews, the reason for all this is because we've committed to this goal of X number of offices in X amount of time, and that therefore is the reason that we have the management training program. Does that make sense, guys? And the reason I like to do it that way is because I think it sets up the leader for a lot of success the next day, because how is he going to explain the management training program? How is he going to explain why we're going door to door, or why we're going in a Walmart to pitch? He's not going to say, oh, well, because it's sales, it's great. He's going to explain, hey, it's part of a bigger opportunity. There's tons of demand. He's going to explain the demand from the client's point of view. Then he's going to put that into the management training program. We need managers, and then he's going to break down the management training program. This is just the first part of sales. Does that make sense? So I'm going to explain it the same way so that he's set up. Cool. So 50 offices in the next 24 months. So you can imagine that's a pretty, pretty ambitious target. We're excited about it. We think that we're going to hit it. We would love to actually eclipse it. The only thing that is preventing us from opening up all those offices tomorrow is a lack of managers who can oversee those offices. Okay. Everything else is in place. We have the clients, we have the locations, we have the territories, we have the agreements, we have the contract, we have the administration, we have the back end. What we don't have are the management staff to oversee those offices. Now, the reason that it takes time for those managers to develop is because we have a very specific philosophy when it comes to management. We believe that if you're going to be someone's boss, you need to know how to do their job. Do you agree with that philosophy? Yeah. Okay, now what have I done there? I just talked about 100% promotion from within, and I got them to agree, I got them to say yes, and I teach the leaders, hey, look, when you're taking out an observation, this is a line you can use. You can say, hey, look, yesterday, as I'm sure Christoph went over with you, we have a policy of 100% promotion from within. We believe that the managers should know how to do the job of every single person in the department. Do you agree with that? Obviously, you wouldn't be on the interview otherwise, right? So I want to close them on that. Now, if at that point they say no, which has happened to me like 2 times, I'll end the interview. Okay? If they say no, well, I think, I'm coming in with a ton of experience. and I don't think that I should have to know the job of how everybody does. I think I should give it to a manager role. I would say, hey, listen, you know, from your resume, you're right. You have a ton of experience. You know, that's just, it's not right or wrong. It's just our philosophy here. So that this specific opportunity probably isn't going to work out for either of us. But what I will do, if it's okay, my supplier, which is a company out of Chicago, there's a good chance that they're doing some hiring pretty quickly, okay? And I know that they are looking for people with a ton of experience like yourself. Is it okay if I keep your resume on file, and if a position comes open there, they'll give you a call?
Sure.
And I'll end it that way, okay? That's only ever happened twice, though. Okay, is that a philosophy you agree with, Nina?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So our management training program, then, the way that we train a manager is a reflection of that philosophy. Okay? Essentially, our managers are responsible for 3 different departments in the company. Okay? We have a sales and marketing team. We have an administration and back office team. Okay? And our third department deals with working with our clients and our broker. Okay? So the way that I train our managers is literally I teach them every job here, and every job here. Okay? You know, that can make it really, really difficult for me to find the right type of person. Okay, because as you can imagine, all these jobs are extremely different. Okay, invariably coming through the program, there would be one that people love, one that they hate, one that they're indifferent to. Okay, do you think that you're the type of person that could learn all different kinds of jobs with the understanding that one day you would be in a position where you'd be managing those people?
Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. Well, let me just walk you through really briefly each of these 3 departments. Okay, we start with the sales and marketing because it's the simplest and the fastest. Okay, typically this lasts about 3 weeks. Really, really, really simple stuff. Okay. Now it depends what program I'm running. If I'm running DE, I'm going to do what Matt did. I'm going to talk about, you know, business to business, business to consumer, and events and exhibitions. If I'm just doing something like Xfinity or retail, I'm probably just going to focus on that. Okay. So for just Xfinity, which is what we do, I say, look, we do retail and event marketing. Okay. So what does that mean? It means we go and advertise for our clients anywhere that there's a lot of people. Okay, we go to home shows, trade shows, shopping malls, major retailers. We go to sporting events. We go to music festivals. We did a beer festival a couple of years ago. That was really exciting. To give you an example of what we do, have you ever been to like I don't know, a hockey game and seen like the Red Bull tent set up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that would be an example of retail marketing. Okay. So really, really simple stuff. I started doing this for the retail campaigns because for whatever reason, unless I used an example like that, people were still coming in like, what do we do? I don't understand. What do? You know what I mean? And the Red Bull tent is a lot sexier than we set up a podium in Walmart and we talk to people as they're walking by electronics. You know what I mean? So I said Red Bull tent, signing, hockey game, da, da, da. And guys, we have done all those things before. We've done beer festivals. We've done music festivals. We've done all that, and we will do all that here, so I don't feel weird about talking about it. Okay, so really, really simple. As you can imagine, that doesn't take a lot of time to learn. Okay, from there, they move into a role as a trainer. Okay, as a trainer, their primary roles, their job is going to be teaching, training, and developing people in this part of the program or members of the sales team. Okay, from there, we do kind of the more tedious stuff, all office-based. Okay, this is the basic accounting, finance, payroll, administration, background checks, permits, badging. So more or less anything involving a desk and a computer. This is where we're going to handle that. Okay. And then from there into the more creative aspects, like what you were talking about earlier, you know, wanting to stay in a more artistic realm. This is where we would cover stuff like that. Okay, so here we cover market strategy, market research, market design, how to do test markets, and how to do pilot programs. From there, the person moved into a role as a manager, where they would help us oversee more offices, either by themselves or in collusion with other members of management, either here in Nashville or throughout the country. Does that make sense? Okay. Now you can remember. We have this deadline here, yeah? Of 24 months. We don't have a lot of time to do this, okay? For that reason, the way that we structure the program right now, the average person graduates in 6 to 10 months, okay? If they get to 12 months, we shake hands and call it a day because obviously something's very wrong, okay? The only way that we're able to complete it in 6 to 10 months is we work a few extra hours here. Okay, this is not going to be a 9 to 5 type role, okay? A normal day here would be 10, 11 hours. Can you handle that kind of workload?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, great. And again, here, if they say, no, just 9 to 5, well, then I know that maybe we're looking at part-time or it's just not going to work. But I want to challenge them on the hours because I know that's going to be one of the possible objections tomorrow. And I'm already getting them to say and fight for the negatives that they might bring up tomorrow. That make sense? Okay. So can you handle those, that kind of workload? Okay. And the principle behind that is right now the guy will fight for anything, right? In a preliminary interview, he's fighting. He's not judging, he's not interviewing me, I'm totally interviewing him, it's a formal setting, all that. So any of the objections that I think he specifically might have tomorrow, based on his or her, you know, background, what we've covered already, I'm going to challenge those and bring them up now, because that's going to really, really help out my trainer tomorrow. Or the person's going to blow themselves out now, and then I don't waste the attitudes of my leaders tomorrow. Good?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, you think you can handle that workload?
Definitely.
Okay, phenomenal. Well, listen, Tina, I think I have Nina. Sorry about that. I think I have all the information that I need. What we're going to do from here, we finish interviews at 6. Okay, from 6 to 6:30. I'm going to sit down with the rest of the managers here, and we're going to try to narrow down that stack of 30 applications down to 8 or 9. Okay. From 6:30 to 6:45 is when I will be making callbacks for those 8 or 9 successful people. Okay? If you are one of those people that we end up selecting, what we'll have you do is come back in tomorrow. Okay? The day would start at 11 and finish it around whatever it is for your office. And essentially what I would do is we set up a day for you to more or less take a tour of the company. Okay? We would pair you up either with the members of the sales team, possibly with one of the trainers, maybe even with one of the managers who's in the second or third phase of the program. Okay? What they would do is they take you out to one of these events. Okay? So you get to go see how we do, you know, the Red Bull type thing that I was explaining before, you know, for one of the clients that we're working with right now. Okay? We like to do it because it gives us a whole day to really get to know the candidates a lot better. Okay? It also gives the candidates a whole day to ask the kind of questions about us, learn more about our clients, our training program, and then the goals that we have for the future. Okay? Usually after several hours with a person, we've got a much better idea of, hey, this is going to be a great match for the company, or hey, maybe not, it's going to be a great match. Okay? Now, if you're selected, I presume that you can make yourself available tomorrow at 11?
Yeah.
Okay, for the entire day? Would not finish until around 7 or 8?
Yeah.
Okay, phenomenal. Now, what number can I definitely reach out between 6:30 and 6:45?
The 631.
631 578
857.
857. Okay, phenomenal. Well, awesome. Hey, listen, either way, it was great to meet you.
Yeah.
You know, I hope that you're one of the people that I can call back. If not, no hard feelings. You know, it's kind of difficult narrowing down that many people, okay? But either way, great meeting you. Here, I'll walk you. Got it? Cool. Questions?
You're very specific with the time you're going to call
Yes,
back.
I narrow it down to a 15-minute block because, in my experience, I have a lot better retention in a 15-minute block. And I try to make it something weird. I don't make it like, I don't know, 6:30, 6:45 is like kind of a strange time. So you just think like 6:30, 6:45. What number can I definitely reach you on? Okay, make sure you have your phone on between 6:30 and 6:45. I know they always do.
Are you calling back yourself? Or?
Oh yeah, always, always, always. Never let anybody else ever call back your people. Unless you're in a foreign country and you don't speak the language.
I take it. I've heard quite a few now, and I hear people tailor the prelim. It doesn't sound really like you have to. You know, sometimes you have to tailor it almost when someone's super sharp. Like, let's say you came in, you're already on 85,000 a year, and you know you're applying to us, and I'm like, well, that's something that we have to challenge.
That's my interview for a great person that I'm excited about, or a decent person that I'd be excited about. If I have a guy that comes in that's 18, that the only job he's ever worked was, you know, cashier at the cinema, then the only thing I'll change is I'll go a little bit easier on the history. Okay, maybe I won't be so specific. You know, hey, we do promotions, advertising, work for these kinds of companies. We've got a very strong presence in Europe. You know, I've actually been over there the last 8 years, working for companies in these different sectors. You know, we recently really been focused on the U.S. market. Right now, we have you know, quite a bit of opportunity to travel, quite a bit of opportunity for development, because we all have offices all the way from New York to Miami. Cool. Our training program, what we're looking for is to take people with, some people with experience, but also people without any experience, and put them in a program where eventually they could learn all the jobs in the company and have the opportunity to even move into a management role. Okay? So instead of, you know, you got to move there in 6 to 10 months, or, you know, if you're not there by 12, we're done. I'm talking about a training program designed for people that have a little experience or no experience. Eventually, after learning all the jobs, they have the opportunity to progress eventually into management roles. So I don't scare them away that much. Make sense?
Don't be scared off by their salary. They're lying 9 times out of 10.
None of them make what Justin makes.
they'll put 70 grand down. It's normally probably 55 because they're going to try and ask for 70. And then 55 grand is still not a lot of money. Sounds like a lot.
Okay, if you guys have any questions on that, you can come get with me later. We're running a little bit behind, so we can go ahead and grab a glass of juice.
Cheers. Great. Thanks. That's great, man.
Ian, are we call you back?
What?
Are we going to call you back?
Hopefully.
I think we're going to call you back. Just keep that phone on, yeah?
Does anyone else want to come in for a second interview after that? I was like, fuck me, yeah, I'm coming.
Let's try it.
What is it we're going to do?
Alright, what's up, bro? Slipped in the night. It's soft. We've seen you forever, man.
When did you walk in, Mikey? Sneaky, sneaky.
Jerry, Anthony, Joshua is?
Yeah, of course. It was the past couple of
Hey guys,
days.
what's up?
Hey, Jill.
You're the more ripped version of Tim.
Get an idea on what